St Andrew's Day is celebrated by Scots the world over, but the 30th of November 1997 will be remembered by every Celtic supporter as the day the Coca-Cola Cup was won. It was Celtic's 10th win in the League Cup tournament. Exactly 40 years before, a Celtic team inspired by centre-forward Billy McPhail had won the trophy for only the second time, with one of the club's most famous victories. Rangers were humiliated 7-1 in that final in 1957. McPhail scoring a hat-trick after Sammy Wilson and Neil Mochan had put Celtic 2 up at half-time. Mochan would add another, and Willie Fernie a 7th with a last-minute penalty to complete the destruction of Celtic's oldest rivals. The arrival of Jock Stein in 1965 sparked an astonishing run of 14 consecutive final appearances for Celtic, the first 5 of which were won, including this victory over Hibs in 68-69.
Wallace scoring for Celtic after 25 minutes of the game. This is where Lennox can show his great acceleration, but pushes it on to Auld. Here's Chalmers, he's not offside, a great chance. Here's Auld, it's a goal. Goal by Auld, following up beautifully. Celtic 2, Hibs nothing. Johnson with it, is a good one. Lennox has scored. Brilliant piece of play by two very good friends, of course, Lennox and Johnson. Lennox getting the credit as the goal scorer. Here's Auld. There's a beautiful pass to Lennox. He must score. He has. Coming out of the blue after that little bit of Hibs pressure. Celtic 4, Hibs nothing. Completely off this game now, Celtic cantering. Here's Chalmers. And a great goal. Lennox finishing it off. Textbook goal. Celtic's 5th. Hibs haven't yet scored. And there's 12 minutes of the game left. I don't think it would have changed the complexion of the game, but it might have made it that bit closer. Now Johnston, everybody retreating to the penalty area, and up comes Craig. Bad one by Craig's a goal. A bad cross, but it worked out well for him eventually. Number 6. Hibs nothing.
Yet the trophy would be won only 3 times in the next 14 years, until the 82-83 final saw an in-form Celtic score 2 superb goals to beat Rangers on a wet December afternoon.
Robin, a good position for Celtic, and there's a goal. Nicholas has done it. 1-0 for Celtic, 23 minutes gone. Robin to take it. Second chance. Cleland down, and that's it. Mother McLeod, number 2.
Incredibly, it would be 15 years before those fans could celebrate another League Cup win. The road to glory in 1997 began with an away tie against Berwick Rangers, who moved the match to Tynecastle, but never looked like removing Celtic from the competition.
I think we were up 5 or 6 in the first half, and it's easy after that. Again, you've got to go out and treat these games properly. We've slipped up a few times in the past ourselves, and we did that, and we came away with a great result, really.
The first 3 names on that Celtic team sheet were to play throughout the tournament: Jonathan Gould, Tom Boyd and Stephen Maie. Malky Mackay and Alan Stubbs had plenty of freedom to move forward, and the new boys in the team were virtually queuing up to get their names on the score sheet. Most of them succeeded in a crushing 7-0 victory over the 3rd Division side. The opening goal on a sunny August afternoon came after just 16 minutes. Celtic were already beginning to spread the ball around and were looking confident. Tom Boyd whipped in a left-footed cross, Darren Jackson headed in, the keeper failed to hold it, and Jackson made it 1-0. Just 5 minutes later, it was 2-0. This time, a Craig Burley free kick. Malky Mackay was there with the header, and it was an easy goal for Henrik Larsson, later to be voted man of the match. 7 minutes later, with barely half an hour gone, Andy Tom whipped in the corner. Once again it was Malky Mackay with the header. Once again it was easy, this time for Reggie Blinker. 7 minutes before half-time, and Celtic made it 4-0. Stefan Mai played a large part in this one. Lovely ball down the left to Blinker. And although Henrik Larsson missed it, Martin Weghorst certainly didn't. Great goal from 20 yards for the Dane. And then with still 4 minutes left until half-time, once again it was Stefan Mai. He starts the move, Reggie Blinker and Darren Jackson are involved, and then Mai, with a terrific run down the left, whips in a cross, and just look at this for a volley from Andy Tom. Half-time, Celtic 5, Berwick Rangers 0. Into the second half, and Simon Donnelly, who had come on for Andy Tom, notched up 2 goals in the last 20 minutes. It all came from a Jackie McNamara throw, lovely 1-2 between Donnelly and Larsson, and an easy goal for the striker. Then with 6 minutes left, a lovely bit of skill from Tosh McKinlay to set up the 7th for Simon Donnelly. McKinlay plays the 1-2, lovely piece of trickery, 7-0 Celtic.
It was very important. We win that game, and from that on we start to change really our winning mentality.
We'd lost our first 2 league games, and we were going there in midweek, and it was very, very difficult. We knew St Johnstone would be, and they performed very, very well when it was only an injury time penalty that, an extra time penalty that got us a victory, and just scraped through there.
To be honest, I think that was maybe the start of a good run. Not just in the cup, but in the league, because we had stuttered in the league, went up to McDermott, but I think the most important thing was the attitude of the players on the night. We won the game 1-0, but the most important thing, we fought for everything, which we maybe lacked a wee bit in the first couple of league matches, and I think I'd always go back to St Johnstone as the start of the good run for Celtic this season.
Celtic's line-up for that crucial match at McDermott Park showed 3 changes from the side who had beaten Berwick. Simon Donnelly and Phil O'Donnell, who had come off the bench at Tynecastle, were both in from the start. And David Hanna played an important part too in those tension-filled couple of hours in Perth.
Weghorst, Mackay and Burley are the targets, all at the penalty, just at the back of the penalty spot.
The goalkeeper came and missed it, and Mackay couldn't get his head to it. Hanna whips it straight back in. A queue of players going for it. Here's O'Donnell, Simon Donnelly. Again, they're queuing up in front of the goalkeeper, and it's flicked over the top by Burley. Henrik Larsson for Celtic. O'Donnell pushing up on his left. Donnelly's gone through the middle, but this is Jackson. Donnelly, Jackson. Larsson, 3 in a line along the edge of the area. Larsson going for goal. Kane. Sakirlioglu. And Davidson has turned up. And the header from Scott hit the post. The header down was from Scott, aimed towards Preston, but Boyd was there. This is Jackson. This is Burley. Larsson was looking through it. The middle. And Jackson's whipped it across towards O'Donnell. And the goalkeeper had to come, dived outwards for it. Weghorst looks to put him back under pressure. And Donnelly loses out to Kane. Quillen. Sakirlioglu. His
eased his way around one man, and he's got the cross in towards Giorgio Moyle, and a vital touch from Jonathan Gould to take it away from his direction.
Yeah, good save.
Teasing the wall from its 10-yard position. It's Larson! And just wide. O'Boyle. Sakirlioglu. Larson tackling back well. Henrik Larsson. Stefan Meyer's cross. Jackson! Goalkeeper at full stretch, and he held on. Donnelly. Good work from Donnelly. Here's an only for Burley! Good save! Donnelly. Jackson. O'Donnell and Larson waiting. It's Henrik Larsson's header. And in comes Burley!
Goalless after 90 minutes, the tie moved on into extra time, where the deadlock would be broken in dramatic fashion.
And Jansson's team approaching the turnaround in extra time without making this breakthrough, despite the fact that St Johnstone are down to 10 men, and Davidson, he's given the penalty. Handball given against Davidson. But now it's down to Simon Donnelly's nerve. We wondered if this game would be settled on penalties. It may well be settled on a penalty in extra time. Donnelly has scored for Celtic.
Motherwell game was, we played very, very well, and I suppose, Motherwell kept the scoreline down to 1-0. It was probably one of our better games on the season, and at 1-0, they may have had still been in the game and had a little chance towards the end when Tommy Coyne was clean through. But I thought, we thoroughly deserved the victory, but again, it was a professional performance and defended very well, and not losing another goal.
I think that's when we're beginning to sparkle. I think that's when people were saying we played well this season. And if we'd scored 2 or 3 or 4 that night, no one could complain. And Motherwell had a wee chance near the end, even for an equaliser. But again, we were so far in front.
Reggie Blinker and Andy Tom were back in the side for that enthralling Celtic display in front of more than 37,000 fans. It was Celtic's first outing since the astonishing 6-3 win over Tyrol in the UEFA Cup 2 weeks previously. And they were raring to go right from the start of a tie which saw Henrik Larsson once again voted man of the match.
Malky Mackay's up for the free kick, doesn't get that far. Brian Martin got the clearing header. Long ball from Tom Boyd, here's Donnelly! Well saved by Stephen Woods, it's still not safe, off the top of the crossbar. Simon Donnelly thwarted. Now Henrik Larsson. It's 1 against 2, but at the moment you would say Henrik Larsson was favourite. Mistakes under pressure by Motherwell, but there they have it. Here's Valcani. Tommy Coyne, too much pace on the pass. Malky Mackay intercepted. McMillan, it's not a good clearance. Andy Tom with Larsson on the outside, but he can go himself. In behind Denham. And Blinker. And Simon Donnelly's offside. Celtic Park erupted as the home fans thought they had the lead. Here's Phil O'Donnell, a driving run from the middle. And now Andy Tom. Henrik Larsson almost getting in his way. Back with David Hanna. First time efforts at the near post from Phil O'Donnell. Good control from Donnelly. Plays it off simply to Reggie Blinker. Now Henrik Larsson Trying to find a way past Valakawi. It's a good ball for Andy Tom. Donnelly can't quite get there. Lovely move by Celtic. Tommy Boyd has all the room he wants in which to make some forward progress. Mai for Blinker. Donnelly. Blinker again. Stefan Mai. Henrik Larsson! And Celtic have the lead. Brian Martin got there but couldn't keep the ball out of the net. And Henrik Larsson on his 26th birthday has scored his third goal for Celtic. Nice ball from Brian Martin to Coyne. Quickly into the tackle against Weir was Stefan Mai. Good play from him. And now he's joining the attack. The pass from Blinker. A free header for Greg Burley. And Greg Denham got in the way. Good block by the youngster. Two good head flicks. First from Larsson, then Blinker. Donnelly holds the ball well. Reggie Blinker. And Larsson. Great chance. Denham, Coyle leaves it. Tommy Coyne tried to control it. Billy Faulkner. Good ball in, but well cut out. First time effort from Owen Coyle. Good attempt. And that's time up. And Celtic are in the semi-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup.
The Celtic lineup was beginning to have a settled look. New signing Mark Reaper had settled in alongside Alan Stubbs, and Jackie McNamara had been a regular selection since the epic first leg UEFA Cup tie with Liverpool. Reggie Blinker was fit again too after being injured in that same match. The weather for the semi-final, however, could have been kinder.
The conditions weren't the best for that night. You know, it was sort of heavy rain, and the surface was very poor. But no, we came through that one again. We didn't really look under any pressure, and I think that's been a feature of the whole competition. We've defended very well, you know, as a team. You know, not just the defenders taking the credit. The midfield players and the forwards have worked equally as hard, and we done very well that night. And Craig Burley sort of sent us through the final, and we were just delighted to get another chance at the League Cup.
But it's McNamara with another great burst. Barnett got a touch, facing his own goal. It was a desperately difficult ball to defend, but maybe typical of what we're going to see tonight in these conditions. Hasn't been too much played up to the shrewd head of Andy Smith, and that knocked down away from his colleagues. Well, Blinker lifting the quality. Here's McNamara. Comes out for Burley. Well, that was a skilling try that had Westwater worried about the left-hand side of his goal. Burley. On for Blinker. It's a corner. It was touched away by Westwater. A really stinging drive from Reggie Blinker. Reaper beaten by Todd. Back for Blinker. McNamara. And well stopped by Westwater again. Here's Smith. Now Curran. Moore. Smith, good start to the second half from Dunfermline. Blinker's corner. Oh, terrific save by Westwater from Reaper's header. Sergio Duarte. Back by Reaper. Pressure applied on Burley by French. McNamara. He's done most of his work in the game in the wider positions, but coming through the centre there. Celtic got a player down, right in the firing line of McNamara. Burley! Very cleanly struck. Larsson's nicked it back for Celtic. McNamara. Westwater pushes it out. Dives down. Did he get the ball? We all look at Willie Young, who indicates that he did. Bingham beaten by Reaper. McNamara. Weaving run from him. Larsson. Beautifully taken by Craig Burley. No chance for Westwater that time. Celtic have broken through, and Craig Burley's done it. Blinker. Donnelly. Larsson. Offside, is it? No, McNamara allowed to run on. This is good football from Celtic. Phil O'Donnell's there. Might come for Larsson, does come for Blinker. Curran going in with the sort of purpose that Dunfermline need even more of now. They've had plenty of it in the game to this point, but they're chasing this game. Larsson, after a mistake by Todd. McNamara. Blinker. That was a thoughtful pass for Larsson. He's still going. And Westwater has to save from Boyd. French. Oh! Well, Gould hasn't had a great deal to do, but that was a terrific contribution to Celtic's evening. Dunfermline trying to muster everything that they can for these closing moments here. Barnett. It's Celtic's night at Ibrox. A place in the Coca-Cola Cup final is theirs. They've avenged their last defeat by Dunfermline. They've extended their unbeaten run to 11 games, 9 straight successes against Scottish opposition, and that success tonight sealed by Craig Burley.
So, Celtic were through to the Coca-Cola Cup final, and without conceding a goal, a proud record Jonathan Gould and his defenders would maintain for the final 90 minutes against Dundee United. There had been much to celebrate on the road to the final. Could Celtic now complete the job? Ken Jansen's selection for Celtic's 22nd League Cup final appearance contained few surprises. Andy Tom had to play after scoring twice in the 4-0 league win over Dundee United 7 days previously. So Simon Donnelly had to be content with a place on the bench, alongside new signing Paul Lambert, a European Cup winner 6 months previously. The fans both inside and outside the stadium had no doubts that Celtic's name would be going on the Coca-Cola Cup.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Can't see us getting beat today. Celtic's got too many hitmen, you know.
Everybody's behind the team anyway. 100%. We will always be there because we are Celtics. That's that. How you doing? I thought it was George Clooney. Who's a loony? No, George Clooney.
Nervous few minutes before the teams emerge from the tunnel, the expressions on the players' faces hinting at the emotions within.
So it's all about to begin. The 52nd League Cup final, the Coca-Cola Cup final. Celtic against Dundee United. Andy Tom and Henrik Larsson get the match started. Eyes will be fixed early on at firstly how Celtic are playing and how Dundee United plan to respond. A touch for Stephen Presley, who immediately sends it back to Sieb Dijkstra. Here's Mahi, Blinker, teasing Skoldmark, trying to get in behind. It's a good ball in. Here's Larsson for Weghorst, struck it well. Straight at Dijkstra, but the first chance of the match goes Celtic's way. Final ball not as good as Reggie Blinker would have wanted. Mahe on the right foot, away from Presley again, straight at Weghorst. Now McNamara, Andy Tom in the wide position. Pedersen and Perry are in front of him, so forced to turn it back. Burley gets it from Weghorst. Celtic content to keep the ball, waiting for the opening to be the right one. Nice touch from Larsson. Blinker tackled by Easton. Henrik Larsson has it again. Larsson's through and Dijkstra saves well. Good skill that from Larsson, but good goalkeeping, good anticipation from Dijkstra. Here's Craig Burley. Always keen to put his foot on the ball and spread the play. McNamara with Andy Tom making a run up ahead. Tackled by Perry in from behind, free kick. Weghorst is there as well. There is Morten Weghorst. Kept in by Stubbs, or so he thought. Here's Olofsson, a typical bursting run from him, but that was a beautifully timed tackle by Alan Stubbs. Olofsson was moving at some speed, and the tackle had to be right. Morten Weghorst getting the break of the ball, looking for a return from Henrik Larsson, but he was taken out. Mark Reaper up in the box alongside Henrik Larsson, Reggie Blinker just outside the area. Andy Tom is over the ball. Away from Zetterlund. Mahe to Blinker. Good work by Winters. Closing down Blinker. Blinker again teasing. Mahe is behind him. First time in. Morris Malpass first there. McNamara doing the chasing. Here's Tom. Vikhorst making a run. It's a good run too. He's got some time to have a look here. And there's the opening goal! It's Mark Reaper! 20 minutes gone and Celtic make the breakthrough. Mark Reaper so nearly didn't play in this match because of a calf injury. But there he was, popping up in the attacking position, and when this ball was flighted in from Vikhorst, Reaper was always the favourite, and his header left Steve Dijkstra a spectator. And what an important goal that could prove to be. Won by Presley, knocked down by Zetterlund. Now how will Dundee United respond to that setback? Pass, it's given away by United. This could be trouble. Henrik Larsson takes a deflection, and that's number 2. Henrik Larsson shot, it came off for a small pass and left Dijkstra again with no chance. So inside 2 minutes, it's a second Celtic goal. In from Erik Pedersen. Here's Lars Zetterlund. Well charged down by Stubbs and away from Burley. That was United with an immediate response to that second Celtic goal, hurling the ball into the area. Away from Reaper, here's Bowman. Morris Malpass in support. Pedersen trying to get away from Jackie McNamara. Winters and Olofsson are in the middle. Here's Mark Perry. Easton getting into the box as well, and Skoldmark on the far side. Here's Winters, it's a good ball in. Up goes Easton, up to went Stefan Mahe. Good defensive header. Stubbs picks out McNamara. Wayward with the pass. Won well by Pedersen. Now Vikhorst. Away from Zetterlund. This was where the first goal came from. Blinker, a missed kick from his right foot. That was a real chance for Blinker. Header won by Burley. It drops for Blinker. Here's Henrik Larsson. Stefan Mahe's made a good run. Larsson and Tom in the middle. There's Henrik Larsson, but it's a good defensive header. And given away again, this time by Bowman. Morris Malpass slipped. Lovely interchange between Larsson and Vikhorst. In from McNamara. And the header from Andy Tom. It looked over the crossbar, but yet again Celtic able to do as they please in the build-up. Won by Boyd. Zetterlund knocks it forward, looking for Olofsson. Just a Blinker. Henrik Larsson won another good header and gets it back. Celtic raging forward again. Good tackle though by Zetterlund. Well in was Tom Boyd. He's shown real determination today. He wants a cup winner's medal. Bowman finds Zetterlund, surely fouled, but that's half-time. And Celtic have a 2-goal lead at half-time in the Coca-Cola Cup final. Mark Reaper scored the first. Lovely cross from Morten Vikhorst, which he headed past Dijkstra. And then Henrik Larsson 2 minutes later made it 2, a shot from outside the area. It took a touch off Morris Malpass and it looped over the head of Dijkstra. Celtic very much in control at half-time. Here's Robbie Winters, escaping the clutches of Tom Boyd for once. And he's won himself a free kick.
just a few yards outside the penalty area. Over the ball, Kjell Olofsson, it struck well! He really got hold of that one, did Olofsson. But a lot of solidity about this Celtic defending. Winters with the pass for Perry, but away from Blinker. Returned by Presley. Big roar goes round Ibrox as Blinker finds Vikhorst. It's a searching run. Here's Andy Tom, and a good save by Siep Dijkstra. A real chance for Celtic's third there, but Andy Tom foiled by the diving stop at the edge of the area. Good ball that from Tom. Spotted Vikhorst. Perfect pace on the pass. It's another great run from Vikhorst. Here's Blinker. That's well charged down. Now Robbie Winters with Craig Easton alongside him. Zetterlund and McSwiggan are up ahead of him. Zetterlund touches it back for Olofsson. Came off Reaper. Disappointing effort that from Kjell Olofsson. And now Vikhorst, another good pass for Larsson. Nobody in the middle for Celtic. Larsson will need to hold this up while reinforcements arrive, unless he does it all himself. Here's Blinker. It's a good run this from Richie Blinker. And a good ball in! That's number 3, and it's Craig Burley. The match winner in the semi-final scores the goal that may well clinch Celtic's win in the Coca-Cola Cup final. Andy Tom is onside. This could be number 4 now. And Tom's missed it. That looked as if it must be number 4 for Celtic. McNamara gets it back from Burley. Good play this from Jackie McNamara. He's away from Easton. And again. Cut back for Burley. It falls for Vikhorst. Away from Zetterlund. And the effort from Stefan Mai on his right foot, not the favoured one. And the shot off target. Another good attack. Superb play on the right-hand side from Jackie McNamara. And McNamara finds Donnelly. Boyd for Vikhorst. Does so well again. In from Boyd. Henrik Larsson's header. Won the header very well. Couldn't quite direct it away from Dijkstra. But for a small man, he's only 5'10", he wins a lot of ball in the air. We've played a minute of stoppage time. And Celtic not far away from a major celebration. Celtic have won the Coca-Cola Cup final. Their first League Cup win for 15 years. How sweet it is for Tom Boyd, who along with Simon Donnelly was a loser here against Raith Rovers 3 years ago. And for Craig Burley as well. Missed out on the FA Cup win with Chelsea last season, left out by Ruud Gullit. But he has been a big performer for Celtic today and scored the 3rd goal in the second half, which sealed the triumph.
An utterly convincing Celtic victory, orchestrated by man of the match, Morten Vikhorst.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't delighted to have been voted man of the match, but what's more important for me is that the fact that we won the cup. Delighted for the lads, delighted for the supporters. I think it was there for all to see how they felt at the end of the game, and just delighted to have sent them home happy.
As the Celtic fans prepare to greet their heroes. And Tom Boyd, who suffered in 1994 against Raith Rovers, will now milk the moment. It was his 32nd birthday last Monday, and he now takes delivery of the Coca-Cola Cup.
It feels very good to win this cup, especially if you see after the game all the supporters. you really feel well about winning the cup. I think that makes them all happy. I think that's important. A long time they didn't have something to celebrate.
Well, it's magnificent. You know, you're watching the players celebrate in the park. I was more interested watching the fans celebrate, because they've not had a lot of it over the last few years. Even in the League Cup's now 15 years since they celebrated it. It was so early on in the season. I think we just told everyone we're here to stay.
It's very important, not only for us players, also for the supporters to pick something up. And I think that the way we did it tonight was good.
The fans certainly thought so. An hour after the final whistle, Wim Jansen led his side onto the team bus for the journey back to Celtic Park. The fans singing their songs of triumph, the players happily joining in. Hundreds of delighted Celtic supporters were waiting to greet the cup winners. Tom Boyd, the first to emerge, with a trophy he simply refused to put down. Upstairs, the champagne was flowing. The celebration party was underway for friends and family and Celtic staff.
I hope you know this is all for the hard work for the backroom staff, that nothing really gets appreciated for you. And I'll be looking for some more Celtic goods anyway, for this week anyway. But here's to hopefully this will be the first of 3 this season.
It's very short and sweet. It's very sweet today. But this is a very important win for Celtic. It's a very important win, not just for the players who played, the players who did not play, who are on the squad, the players from the reserve team, the youth teams and so forth. But it's also important not just for them and the black backroom staff, but it's important for all the people who work here at Celtic Park. We have over 325 people here, and today we're all winners, and I think we should all enjoy it. Thanks very much.
And as the cup was passed around, the players at last had time to reflect on what they had achieved that afternoon.
All I can say is that I'm a fortunate person at the moment to be able to say that I'm captain of the Celtic Football Club, and in my first season, for 6 months, I've been able to lift a trophy, and I'm just absolutely delighted with that, and I'll cherish that.
It makes me very happy to win this cup, because you celebrate this tonight and we are very happy.
Oh, that was very good. It felt so good. It was unbelievable, and that showed us how important that win was for the supporters, as well as. I mean, we enjoyed it as well. but seeing them going home happy, staying on after the game, singing, it meant a lot to us.
And it really was quite a moving moment for me to realise just how much it means to so many people for this club to be successful.
More satisfaction.
Seriously?
Yeah, more satisfaction. As a player you're part of the team, but to be part of the management team and helping the players, I think there was more satisfaction today.
Because making a run, it's a good run too. He's got some time to have a look here. And there's the opening goal!
The fact that we scored the first goal was very important to us. Maybe in hindsight, the fact that we beat United 4-0 last week was very important, because once we got the first goal, they maybe thought, oh, here we go again. And the fact that we got the second goal so quickly after was very important. I thought we could control the game after that.
Well, I think when you look at us today, even when we went 2-0 up, they came and put us under a bit of pressure. I think at the back we look like strong men. The Stubbs, Reaper, Tommy Boyd, Mahi dropping back, Jackie dropping back, the goalkeeper. And I think when you look at the people at the back, no one let us down. But they looked strong, everything got into their box, we cleared it, we weren't under pressure, and we were comfortable. Even in our own third, we were comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't by 1-0 or extra time or penalties. It was clearly, I mean, after 24 minutes, something like that, we were 2-0. And that shows how determined we are to win this game. This cup final, I scored a goal, and I'm pleased with that. But the most important thing is that Celtic won.
Once you're in the team, your teammates help you a lot. And the team we've got just now is solid right from the back, which has been a feature of our team this season. And it's just a joy to play in the team.
I think you can evidently see, the way the manager wants us to play, and it's in evidence in what we've done in this cup competition is that we've not conceded a goal. And I think that's his main aim, to try and get away from the Celtic tradition of just attacking and scoring more goals in opposition. I think the manager would far likely see a 1-0 victory rather than a 5-4, and I think that's fairly evident, because if you don't, obvious one, if you don't concede goals, you won't lose a game. And I think that's his philosophy. Everybody's getting behind the ball, everybody's working for each other, and that's his main answer. That's his way of thinking about the game.
I know that he's very happy tonight, because he proved something tonight that we can win something, and also especially after losing the first two games in the competition, and I think he's very pleased about that.
It makes me very happy to win this cup, but we all know next Saturday there's another game, and we have to win this game again and have to prepare again for the next game, and that's how we need to think always, the coaches. You celebrate this tonight, and we are very happy, but we know from Tuesday on we have to start again to prepare for the next Saturday game.
I think we're close, and we both think the same way. I think that's important. If I've got an opinion or he's got an opinion, we'll put it forward, we'll talk about it, we'll organise even the system, the tactics, who plays, because one or two people would think, well, so-and-so shouldn't have played today or whatever, but I think we got the whole thing right. I think he's maybe even calmed me down a wee bit, because when you get angry you want to say things, but when you work with him for a wee while, you know what's wanted, what's needed, and the players, I think, have responded to that attitude half time before the game, and we get a reward when we get a result, and a bigger reward today when we get a cup.
And now Bikost, another good pass for Larsson. Nobody in the middle for Celtic. Larsson will need to hold this up while reinforcements arrive, unless he does it all himself. Here's Blinker. It's a good run this from Reggie Blinker. And a good ball in! That's number 3, and it's Craig Burley!
It was an important goal. At 2-0, United still in the game, but I think 3-0 just ended it for them. Reggie done all the work, and there was nobody in the box. I just managed to get in the box for the first time, which I didn't go forward too often today, and it was a header 6 yards out. Really a goal that should have been scored.
Great goal. I just stuck my head in that now. Bang! Great goal by Craig Burley. Brilliant.
I thought that one we won him every year,
Kit controller John Clark, a Lisbon Lion, was enjoying the celebrations as much as anyone, especially as David Hanna heard Peter Latchford's story of how they had once stepped into a hotel lift in New York and come face to face with the legendary Pelé.
He suddenly heard Luggy. Glasgow? Luggy? Glasgow, and he put the date. What was the date? He went Celtic, Scotland. You Luggy? 66. That was his nickname. John's nickname. He went Luggy. He went, I play against you. We're all sitting there with a man like that. John says,
it feels particularly good really because of all the effort that's gone into turning the club around, and the sake of all those who've been central to that. By that I mean the board, who have backed everything very well indeed in terms of the financial part of bringing new players. Wim Janssen's contribution of course is immense, and we're also a situation where this is one I think with 6 new players signed in the summer in the starting lineup and another one on the bench, so that gives me a lot of pleasure.
Before we start, we try to get a really good squad, and now we have a good squad. The substitutes and even the players who are not playing, normally they can play, and it's good for a coach to have such a squad. Sometimes it's not good because you have to tell players they are not really in the pool, and that's something not nice. But if you see today, really we had a lot of good players today.
More to come? We certainly hope so. You know, it's a long way, but we want this to be the first of many. You know, you can't guarantee it, but we want it to be the first of many.
People now know that we've got winners at the club. It's always been the case over the last few years. People would always say, nearly some great football, nearly. I think today when you actually get a bit of silverware, and I think with the cup here, that just says it all for us.
I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for a tremendous support, and we've done it for you, yeah!
Ready